This latest chapter of Choujin Next, we finally are able to get Tokyo and Ozma talking to each other and work out the issues that they have since Tokyo made his return to the Yamano of Mori.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
But we start off with the chapter as they continue on with their investigation because it's day 11 during this investigation and they still haven't caught a lead on who is the main supplier. As even Tokyo's own teammate decided that, hey, we should just call it quits. We only have 3 days left and everything is just a bust. But Tokyo is very positive and he wants to give 100%. Even though it was his idea, he wasn't sure if it will work, but he wanted to give it a shot. So then both Michael and Michelangelo, they decided to go on ahead and stick around and go and complete the remaining of their investigation. And this is what I really like about how Tokyo, because Tokyo is showcasing that he is a leader and that how he is able to encourage both of his teams to actually go on ahead and continue on with the investigation. And you can't blame his two members of his team that they don't want to continue on with this investigation. It's because of the fact that they only have 2 weeks and they have no leads. And especially with everything that they've been doing in this city, the word spreads like crazy. So of course everyone is in high alert and they do not want to get caught. So the scene shifted to where we see Ozma, Ellie, Simon, and Momoma as they're discussing about the investigation because they thinks that 3 months will be a perfect time slot to do the investigation and something like this, not 2 weeks. Because Ozma is stating that we lost 2 weeks and that's not good and we have to cut our losses. As Ellie is just wondering, like, what would happen if we fail? What happened if Tokyo comes up empty-handed? And Momoma or Simon, they both stated that, like, hey, we probably might have to find new tactics to actually go ahead and find a lead. But then Ozma says that how come we just can't do it old fashioned and just pretty much battle against Zora? And this is where it's just kind of funny because when he suggested to battle against Zora and do it old fashioned, all of a sudden we see Zora's resume as Zora's powers come from the queen. And during the war, she was the strongest Choujin. She has the power of the Choujin X when it comes down to it. And then there's the environment. She fought against the army of the Choujin that Queen personally trained and its followers. Martin Keepers fought a couple of Choujin a month and at most. And she has extraordinary more experience and she is in her chaos states, the powers that she can use without a break of a sweat and already several levels stronger than normal. So far we just can't go straight at her again, especially since the last time they did that it became a 7 hour fight where they lost a couple of children's. So Ellie says, why don't we just change our environment when we fight against her since Tokyo and Ozma had inherited the power from Zora? But Simon was just like, hey, you probably shouldn't be mentioning that. As she's just wondering, like, why I shouldn't mention that. But Ozma says, even if we change our environment, it will be difficult because we're not in the time of war. So we don't have enough enemies to gain experience against. Though it will be difficult for me in the matter if war breaks out. As everyone's just looking at him like, bruh, like, what are you saying? Like, bro, you tripping? Like, or, and I just like how Momoma's face looking. She's just looking at Ozma like, bruh, like, ill. And then so he was just like, I'm just joking, as they're just saying, like, yeah, bruh, like your joke was trash. But then all of a sudden, Ozma start to critique Tokyo on his fighting style and how he handles the hyena and how Tokyo is going to be at great risk and he's going to hurt himself. As Ellie is just like, then why don't you just go ahead and talk to him and give him some advice? It's because of the fact that you think it is dangerous because you guys are friends. And so Ozma says that, I can't do that. I don't want to talk to Tokyo. Ellie's getting mad and she's shouting at Ozma. Ozma shouting at her. Ellie goes on ahead and flies away. And then she's yelling at Tokyo, saying that I'm done with this. You guys need to go ahead and talk and work out your issues. Momoma's being the middleman, and she's just trying to say both of you guys are both wrong. You guys should talk to each other. And as Tokyo is just like, yeah, you're right, I should go. So Tokyo, he goes on ahead and he flies over to meet up with Ozma and talk to Ozma as they both are having a conversation with each other. Finally, as we see that Tokyo, he's saying Ozma. As Ozma says that I need to talk to you about Sandek. He talked to me about self-control, but things doesn't seem to go my way. It seems as you breeze by me, and maybe I'll feel better if I punch you. As Tokyo says that it won't fix anything. But then Ozma goes on ahead and he punched the hell out of Tokyo and he says, yeah, it didn't. And then Tokyo goes on ahead and punch him back and start punching him, and they both started to have a fight. And then Tokyo, I like what Tokyo said. He says, how about that? As Ozma says, all right. But then we see that Ozma, he charged towards Tokyo, and Tokyo was able to grab him and toss him. As Tokyo, he started to beat the hell out of Ozma, which is very surprising because, they're not going all full blown Choujin fight. They're just throwing fists like normal people. And then we see that in the mind of Ozma, he says, yeah, you ran off, but I didn't give a damn about it anymore because I'm unhappy about so many other things. You turn into a Trojan, you found success, and you earned the higher rankings trust. You quit school when I couldn't bring myself into it. Your decision, your growth, and we see how Tokyo continuously punching Ozma, throwing him on the ground, throwing him through the gates. And it was just a great way to see that. And it looks like the fact that, Ozma, he couldn't bear with it anymore. He's just like, and the fact that I can't even beat you anymore. And it seems as if that Ozma is very jealous of Tokyo because of all the success that he's able to do. Because as soon as Tokyo was not dependent on Ozma and didn't look up to Ozma, and Tokyo became his own man, then that's when Tokyo start to succeed. That's when Tokyo start to become better. That's when Tokyo starts to become like his own person. And then we see these two, they just walking after their battle, and Ozma reveals something that now is going to be shipping, because he reveals that he actually has a crush on Ellie, and that he's upset because Ellie's mad at him. And so now he's trying to plan a birthday party for her because her birthday is coming up. And so Tokyo, he and Ozma, it seems as if that they're pretty much neutral. They're pretty much in a good spot currently right now. It still feels like there's still a lot of stuff that they really need to talk to and work out. But currently in this chapter, right now, things are not very too hostile at this moment. Tokyo and Ozma, as they're riding together, they started to question Pamela to see if she able to know anyone or any of the dealers that will supply the opium. And then there, Pamela says, go to this website. And if you go to this website, then you will find the dealer that you're looking for. And then so Tokyo goes on ahead and meet up with the dealer. But of course, the dealer doesn't find Tokyo too, legit. So then he tries to run away against Tokyo. But Tokyo's team was able to enough to go on ahead and were able to restrain him, but they failed to realize that he's also a Choujin as well. So he pulled out a red card, warping them all into a different location as he's continue on running away. But then as he's running away, he realized that his head is detached to his body, because he realized that his head got cut off. And then he starts to realize that his whole body has been sliced into pieces as the chapter ends, as a mystery Choujin was able enough to go on ahead and cut him and slice him up. And this chapter was 100% crazy or great. because it wasn't crazy. It was great. I recounted on the previous statement that I said, because this chapter was really great because we finally are able to see that Tokyo and Ozma, they're able enough to meet in the middle. There's still a lot of stuff that I do feel like they need to go on ahead and talk and work it out. But this chapter, we are able to see that Tokyo finally is able to get a lead on his investigation, and we will see who is that person that attacked the dealer, to see like why he attacked the dealer and everything else. But other than that, let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter, what you guys think, process, or anything else. And if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here. Peace.